Mathy Quarry in the bluffs of La Crosse is closed today as efforts continue to restore the 32 acres into a thriving prairie. News 8's Madeline O'Neill can tell us why the work is important to all of us.
Eric, you may not think about pollinators like butterflies and bees on a daily basis, but without them and their role in the food chain, we wouldn't be able to get dinner on the table. Federal grants are helping the La Crosse Parks Recreation and Forestry Department with their work on their pollinator prairie restoration project at Mathy Quarry, which will bring back the native plants pollinators depend on to survive. First, crews are getting rid of the non-native plants which have invaded the quarry to make room for the new ones.
This is a good example of what the prairie did look like.
Sometimes you've got to take things down.
They herbicided our field right in the back of us
before you can build them back up.
This is what it looked like. You couldn't walk through it. It's a big mess of bushes.
Experts say the invasive plants can push out native plants that pollinators like butterflies and bees depend on.
We see a decline in pollinator species and in monarchs when there's loss of habitat.
That's why part of the pollinator prairie restoration project at Mathy Quarry means getting rid of the non-native species.
You get three things: smooth brome, crown vetch, and honeysuckle,
to make room for 50+ native species that wildlife prefer.
When you go around your lawn or you kill weeds in between your sidewalk kind of thing, it's that, but on a larger scale.
And experts say what pollinators eat is important because it affects us.
We don't have the bees, we don't want to find out.
It's all the way at the top of the food chain.
Our crops are pollinated. We can't produce fruit without a cross-pollinated bee helping you.
$12,500 worth of U.S. Fish and Wildlife federal funds are going toward the project, bringing in seeds to repopulate the area with native plants that pollinators like.
You got to get your quality plants to create a quality prairie.
It will take a few years before native plants in Mathy Quarry really take root. But established areas like on Alaska's Prairie can give an idea of what to expect.
A lot of these prairie plants that you see now are going to be probably similar.
Project leaders imagine it will all be worth it.
The amount of colors that you're going to see are just going to be gorgeous.
Going forward, crews will begin to plant the native plants next summer and mow the area 2 to 4 times a year to keep the non-native plant growth down. After about 3 years, the native plants will have established strong roots, and they can then begin a burn regimen, which is actually healthy for that environment.
All right, thanks, Madeline. Mathy Quarry will reopen tomorrow morning.